Alright, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. No way to sugarcoat it. This is a massive matchup. Both have solid fan bases. Um, except if you ask GB, he is a hater of the Doom fan base. But anyways, I spent a long time recently scaling Doomguy in his verse, catching up on the new lore. And overall, I have a good idea of his strength. I have a good idea of Asura's strength, and these two are about to clash, or Asura. Sorry, I know some people get very technical about that. But if these two raging monsters were to clash on the battlefield, who would come out on top? I'm going to let you know who I think would win. I'll briefly break down both characters and how strong they are, and then we'll move on and decide who will win. If you want to see individual breakdowns on the characters and like scaling of their verses and different aspects specifically, smash the like button and let me know in the comment section. But anyways, I don't want to waste any more time. Let's go ahead and begin with this battle by breaking down Asura. Now, Asura is a demigod that was a general of the army for the humans, and eventually his story became one of betrayal and revenge as he sought out the beings in the quote generals of the heavens that betrayed him, and this led him to developing him into one of the strongest characters we've seen in video games. And I'm going to go over the different transformations Asura assumed in his vengeance-filled story as he went on to eventually battle Chakravartin, who's considered the creator. So, first transformation to check out is the one that can battle Wyern. This is important because this behemoth he battles is literally at least star level, gets thrashed by Asura. So then at that point, this at like bare minimum will be like star plus for the transformation. Then we have another one on some Dragon Ball shit, right? This is then transformed later into quote 1,000 arms. So at worst, like 1,000 times amps. So 1,000 times star plus. You know, you can get into a wide range with that real easy. Then this form fights Chakravartin, whose form is associated at that point with multi-galaxy energy feats. And then Asura then absorbs all this into base and safely generates power. His reactor absorbs the mantra of Yasha, who had died, and allows this form of Asura to defeat base Chakravartin, a multi-galaxy to universal feat. However, transformations and abilities don't end here. With Destructor form and God form of this, Asura is able to overwhelm the creator form of Chakravartin. This includes shattering a Naraka and defeating a being capable of this. A Naraka, if you did not know, is considered an endless realm. This, along with Chakravartin saying he was going to influence other worlds or creations, which should be other universes or realities, and Asura beating the final form of Chakravartin, should put final form Asura comfortably Uni Plus, but you can highball it to like multiversal if you wanted to. I don't really care. But moving on, let's talk about someone who's completely new to my channel. Someone who I literally stayed up all night watching game walkthroughs, reading lore, reading different excerpts from the journals in the games, the report files, all that. I did a lot with it. It's time to discuss Doomguy, Doomslayer, the Slayer, the Marine, whatever you want to call him. I'm probably going to call him Doomguy most of the time throughout this, or Doomslayer. But anyways, let's go over where he should scale with the lore, including the new stuff. Now, description of Ardent Energy puts it at least 4D, as it is a metaphysical and extra dimensional property. Now, this is important because Ardent Energy is literally a damn fruit snack for Doomguy, right? That's what he picks up and uses to energize himself throughout his stories. Dark Lord's power is formless and absolute. This is important because guess who beat his ass? That's right, your boy Doomguy. He's a menace to society, a lot stronger in lore than I expected him to be, especially since I only played Doom 2016, didn't really like it, didn't stick with it. So going back and looking through all the lore, I was shocked at how strong he is. But moving on, Ardent Energy is also stated to be extra dimensional and grants infinite power to those worthy. Doomguy, or Doomslayer, whatever you want to call him, absorbs this type of power literally all the time. Doomguy also mauled a Titan that was stated to be a great old one of immeasurable power. Specifically, he was called, "But from the depths of the abyss rose the Great One, a champion mightier than all who came before, the Titan of immeasurable power and ferocity." He has also, in terms of Doomguy, handled events classified as 3-dimensional and 4-dimensional and threats. The father, who Doomguy scales above, came forth from the first void and, quote, sprouted many realities in higher dimensions. Davoth, who also lost to Doomguy, was a threat to all of creation, which was referred to as a, quote, myriad of dimensions, which is another word for countless. Beings that scale below Doomguy, given he literally bops their masters, can traverse and record all of the progress of creation, which should, at worst, be infinite realities. The Dark Lord, or Davoth, as I had previously referred to, passively could bend walls between realms. The Dark Lord could also consume a realm, and his battle with the Father shook hell. Warring lieutenants at this point were also stated to be threats to creation when they are fighting. Fodder weaponry in the verse can also manipulate reality itself as it exists outside of it, as this weaponry was called toys compared to weaponry of the Seraphim. You have to scale above beings like the Dark Lord in order to be able to kill him. Now, this is important because, and a lot of times you can beat stronger characters by being smarter, better weapons, stuff like that. But it specifically states in the lore, you have to quite literally be more raw power. And Doomguy beat him. So, 2 + 2 = 4. Doomguy beat his ass straight up stronger. Entering the reality of Earth was, quote, entering the shadows of history, implying that outside of this would be outside of temporal happenings, which is pretty interesting. The Father is also called ageless and formless in his true form and is immutable and immeasurable, existing beyond the physical. Also, Hell at worst is 5D. In one of the accompanying sources to the games, Hell is stated to be unlimited by boundaries of space, time, or dimension. It's also considered a living being itself. And it is also, many worlds have fallen to Hell, each now bound to ruin, connected by pathways of darkness, transcending time and space. So, worst case, Hell is 5D, could be outer versal. It depends on how much you want to get semantical about that excerpt. But bottom line, Hell was the first creation of the Father and is considered a failure, sealed off from the rest. So it makes sense that it's outside of at least 4D space-time workings. So it should at worst be 5D. Beings that can threaten all of Hell have gotten RKO'd by Doomguy. So in the end, who do I think would win if these two monsters would clash? I think this is a dope battle because, one, they're both extremely popular in video game communities. Two, both of them legends as military generals. Three, both of them mostly put their hands on people, right? They're just trying to brawl on a high scale. They're just savages that brawl on a high scale. 4, both are literally pissed all the time. It's a part of their character. And overall, they also killed who are considered like creators of their verse, with Doomguy killing the Dark Lord, and on the other hand, Asura killing Chakravartin. So who would win if these two clash? Thematically, you know, they kind of line up, but verse-wise, power-wise, I favor Doomguy by a wide margin. I mean, destroying a being or scaling above a being that scales above a myriad of dimensions compared to someone who scales arguably above Uni Plus, maybe multiversal. It's not the same to me. Doomguy in lore is wildly powerful. His battle with the Icon of Sin, his battle with the Dark Lord, a being with formless power, a being that could accidentally destroy creation fighting. These beings, Doomguy has literally mugged on a Tuesday, okay, for shits and giggles. It just, to me at least, massively outscales anything I've seen from Asura's Wrath. So in the end, I simply think Doomguy outscales him, and he will take this victory. Doomguy wins. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think. If you agree or disagree, let me know in the comment section down below. Run up the likes if you want content like this and similar videos relating to these two verses. Anyways, it's been your boy YFE, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.